welcome to NatFun. And this week, we're going to be a deliciously adorable tabletop role-playing adventure game where the dice and some sweet treats tell the story. My name is Jackie, and I will be your narrator for this episode. And I'm, of course, joined by a few dessert friends.
I am Matt, and I will be playing Brett, the chocolate brownie with cream cheese frosting.
Hi, my name's Erin, and tonight I will be playing Gwen, the banana macaroon. Macaron? Who knows? She's a dessert.
Or is she a desert?
My name's Dan, and tonight I'll be playing Richard the Donut.
So today, we will be playing Dessert Escape, an adorable TTRPG where the players are desserts, or desis as we will refer to them, that have somehow come to life. This game system by Forever Muffin is both sweet and simple to get started. You can find it at forevermuffin.itch.io/dessertescape, or you can click the link in our show notes. Dessert Escape relies on a double 20-sided dice system where the narrator determines the difficulty of what the desi wants to do, followed by the sweet treats rolling their 2 dice either with advantage, taking the higher of the 2 rolls, or disadvantage, taking the lower of the 2 rolls, depending on the adjective or skill they are using for the task. Character creation is simple and creative. The players simply choose a few adjectives to describe their desi and assign them a plus or minus symbol to designate if they are great or not so great at that skill. Now, although desserts are delicious, delectable, and decadent, once they have a mind of their own, they don't want to live a short life in a display case. They want to break free to that wide, wonderful world and seize the day for themselves, which is why their ultimate goal is to escape the cafe where they were somehow created. But hazards are everywhere. Something as simple as a kitchen counter can be an insurmountable cliffside to a small donut or cookie. And don't forget about the baker. So players, are you ready to mix the ingredients of your destiny?
Pour some sugar on me.
Wow. Well played.
I'm here all night.
Unless you get eaten.
And so we begin. In the early morning of the Cozy Critters Cafe, a relaxing mobile app filled with adorable forest creatures and paywalls. You are all desis, the desserts that have been created, but by some stroke of magic, or a short-term event with high-priced booster packs, you awaken on the back counter of a large room. As the world slowly fades into view, you hear the sound of footsteps fading away as a voice trails off. Gotta get some more supplies. Be back before the rush. Keep an eye on everything for me, hoppers. So, you guys are on a kitchen counter, just opening your little beady dessert eyes to see the space around you. Can each of you give us a delicious snapshot with sprinkles on top of your desi? Who they are, what they look like, and what makes them so special.
Alrighty. As I indicated, this is Brett, the chocolate brownie with cream cheese frosting. He is a nice big slice of brownie. He's pretty strong, and he's definitely very sticky, which are beneficial attributes. Whereas he tends to do things very messily, and he is quite heavy as a dense little brownie.
Gwen was baked to perfection. The perfect circle of the banana macaroon. Macaron? Who knows and who cares? Gwen is a banana macaron with powdered sugar sprinkled on top. She is delicate, which is a negative trait, and crisp, also negative. But she brings out the positives with her sophisticated smallness.
Right. Richard was a donut created for maybe a bachelorette gathering. He's got a vanilla cream filling and 2 large nuts. For some reason, they're there. He's quite rowdy, crazy. Those are his more positive attributes. And he's a little overconfident and boisterous. But he knows one thing. He was destined for more than one night at a bachelorette party.
And I do love the fact that these are all randomly rolled characters that you guys made. And that's what you happen to get. Amazing. Or should I say amaze balls?
Amaze balls.
Well, nice.
Amaze nuts.
All right.
Amaze nuts. All right. So, you guys blink your little eyes, you look around, you sit up, you stand up, and you are kind of on a pile of other sweets and things. None of them have eyes. And on this counter, it's... Well, I have a question for you, Richard. How big are you as a donut?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you're like a
Tell us,
maple bar, so
Richard.
he's a large, average size maple bar.
Okay. So this counter is probably about maybe a few more Richards than 9 or 10 off the ground.
Richards, all right.
Yeah, this is a big counter for some little treats. And you see around you just an array of cooking utensils. There's cookie cutters, rolling pin, cutting board. There's like a tray with Jell-O, like a really thin sheet with Jell-O in it. And you have to kind of get around or over something to go in either direction on the counter. What would you like to do, Desies?
Hello?
I guess Richard's first of all gonna. Do we know each other? Have we been formally introduced? I assume not.
You were just Magic
Magically.
Dessert mobile app
All
born.
Wake up and look around. Well, hi, I'm Richard. Who are you guys?
Oh, wow, mister, you're real tall.
I get that
I'm
a lot.
Gwen. Gwen, Banana. That's it.
Interesting name you got there. What about you?
Thank you.
I'm Brett. I'm a brownie. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be eaten. Get out of here.
Eaten? Who said anything about being eaten?
Well,
You look like you've seen some stuff, Brett.
yeah, for about 7 seconds.
Harrowing 7 seconds.
I don't do harrowing. I'm clean.
Wow.
All right.
All right, guys, we're done. Go ahead and just turn off your recording and goodbye. Good night.
Adios, hasta luego.
Did Brett break the party?
Said you were
I'm not a powder donut,
investigating.
guys.
Now, you can look around this kitchen. You're on top of a counter. You see this space is huge. I said it's like 15 Richard donuts tall for this counter, but the wall, you can't even imagine how long this room itself goes. You can kind of see across the short side of this room, and there is almost like a big opening, and you can see some light and some shadows moving on the other side, but you would have to explore a little bit to really get a sense of what all is here.
All right.
You still got little foggy eyes as they're starting to come into focus.
We're like brand new kittens over here. Brett's gonna go over to the right a little more and avoid that Jell-O. Maybe clear a path of tools here. Maybe pick up one on the way if there's something that's like a child's spoon or a butter knife or something.
Brett's arming himself already.
Wow, mister. Those were some really intense 7 seconds. But Gwen is going to follow him.
We should stick together.
I may be creamy on the outside, but I'm hard in the middle.
I have a soft nougaty center. What do you have, Richard?
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, I'm definitely cream filled to the top.
Wow, that's sure intense.
Meant to be messy. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Was it hard to come up with that response, Dan?
A little stiff.
It's hard to keep up this act. All right.
As you start to head over towards the Jell-O,
Away from the Jell-O.
you
though.
step onto it.
away from the Jello, towards the tools, utensils.
I thought you said you were grabbing a tool on the way to the Jello.
No, to avoid while avoiding the Jello.
Okay, okay. On the way and away sound really similar. So, as you head away from the Jello, you see that there are a whole bunch of cookie cutters. There's some like little wooden dowels. There's piles of powders and a sprinkles container that's fallen over, and you have to climb over a rolling pin to get to where the cookie cutters are.
It's a veritable torture chamber over here.
What's torture?
Oh no, I got it wrong. I'm hard on the outside and soft inside. Shh, don't tell. I'm a corner piece.
So, you need to climb over the rolling pin, which
Okay.
is to the size of a brownie, about your height.
Yep. All right.
If you don't have any adjectives that can be used for this task, it's just 1d20 for
Yeah.
your roll.
Brett's gonna actually use one of his adjectives. He's kind of strong and he's sticky, and he's actually gonna try to kind of run up on this thing and stick to it and push it to roll over it instead of jumping over it.
Nice.
Okay? Make your roll.
Alrighty.
All right. And was this a positive attribute or a negative attribute?
This was a positive, so that's a 2 and a 15, so a 15.
All right. With that 15, you hop up, stick to the rolling pin. It starts to roll over, and then you like front flip off of it and land and put your hands up like a gymnast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Richard's gonna join him. He's like, I got this, and
No.
he's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna try to run and just actually flop across because he's taller. He's just gonna try to slide over it and look cool while doing it.
Yep.
So that's overconfidence and a negative on this one. So
All right. Roll your 2d20s.
oh,
You
it's a
take the
1
lower.
and a 13. First nat one of the night.
Why do I feel like Brett's getting caught up in this rolling pin fiasco?
So I'm going to say, Richard, you got so excited when he started to execute the exact maneuver he described. You prematurely jumped into the action. And you're welcome, everyone. I wish our faces could translate on this.
Pretty sure everybody else is making the same face when they bite into that cream film.
And you go to jump over as the rolling pin is still rolling. And because you are taller than Brett, you actually kind of keep that momentum going, and it squeezes really, really hard on just... I don't want to say it, but I want to say it.
Just the tip.
The bottom.
Just the tippy top of your donut form. And it hurts. You are going to take -1 energy.
Brett, are you kosher?
He kind of gets winded
I
there.
don't know. Are you talking to
You're
yourself?
Brett.
You're Brett.
I mean, oh. Hey, Richard, are you kosher?
Richard's taking a deep, gasping breath after that one as he's kind of sprawled out on the tabletop there. And then he's going to jump up and say, "Woo! That was awesome."
Nailed it. Gwen,
From the other side of the rolling pin, you
you over
hear,
there?
Guys, I'm much too small to do the same thing you did. I don't know how I'm gonna get over.
So what do you guys want to do? You can look around. You see that there's
Yeah.
some cookie cutters. There's some little wooden dowels. There's piles of powder and sprinkles.
Hey, Brett. Hey, Richard. Let's grab one of those sticks and slide it over the top. Maybe she can grab onto it and we can pull her over.
Oh, yeah, that'll work. Let's do it.
All right.
Grab
Pretty strong.
each end of it, drag it over. Help you push one end over it.
Top.
Oh, goody. I see the stick now. Okay, yep, just a little bit lower. Perfect. I'm holding on. Now be real careful, guys. I'm super delicate.
She said, "Pull on 3,
All right. So
2, 3, pull."
1, 2, 3. Oh!
All right, so just roll one flat d20 from Brett and Richard, and one flat d20 from Gwen. And I will take the higher of the two. Or the three, excuse me.
Gwen got a 3.
Richard got a 4.
Brett got a 14.
15.
Nice.
She may be airborne a little.
As you try and hold on, Gwen, you start to lose your grip because they pull up on that stick really, really quick. Because Richard, again, was so excited, he just went off like a light. So he starts to pull. Brett holds steady, waits for you to grab on. You're able to call out, "I got it!" And then he pulls you over, and you all three made it over the rolling pin.
Oh, golly gee whiz. That was terrifying. I see what you mean by harrowing, Mr. Brett.
Chasing that dragon.
Wow. Brett's been alive for a whopping 8.5 minutes.
From addiction.
And he already needs a fix.
I think you said there's some sugary, powdery substance coming up, so maybe he can get his fix.
Different kind of deal. That's coconut.
All right, so you said that you wanted to grab something there, Brett?
Oh, yeah. You said there was a couple different things floating around. Her cookie cutter, which is just terrifying. Actually, he'll just take one of these skewers with him. One of these sticks.
Okay. You don't have a backpack or an inventory, so you're just going to have to, like, carry it with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't poke your eye out, buddy.
No promises. As he turns around and almost hits Richard in the face with it.
Easily passes over Gwen's head.
All right, did anybody else want to grab anything, or are
Is
you
there
guys
a
good?
toothpick that might be sizable
Sure, there's a
for
toothpick.
Gwen to carry?
Look at Stabby over here.
Well, I wouldn't be able to carry something as large as you. That's at least 1.5 Richards. But I can carry this.
4 inches.
This is a much more sizable, suitable option for someone like me.
Yeah, Richard's gonna pick up the largest thing he can find. He's
Compensated.
yeah. He wants the largest object that he can attempt to carry.
Nice.
All right, there's
got?
some cookie cutters around you.
Thinking of like a large wooden spoon.
They're made of metal, so they're going to
Is
be...
there a wooden spoon? It'd be like 2 Richards, so he's gonna go for a large wooden spoon, mixing spoon.
Sounds good. You have to walk a little further down the counter, but this is a really big butcher block counter. Again, you guys are quite a ways off the ground.
Yeah.
And you're able to kind of walk down the counter. You look behind you, and there's some little footprint tracks that are teeny tiny donut, macaroon, and brownie sized. And you are able to find a wooden spoon. You're able to hold it. There's so many things I want to say right now.
You can always edit it out.
Richard does
You
like
find a
the
really-
spoon.
You find a really thick, hard wooden spoon, and it fits your grip perfectly.
Oh yeah, it's like that Brazilian hardwood. It's good stuff.
As you continue to walk down the counter, you're able to see a little bit more of the space, and there looks like there's kind of a door to your left that goes towards the wall that the counter is along, and there's 2 shiny silver metal doors on a shiny silver wall just across from the counter from you. But if you turn to your right and you look at the wall that had that kind of big opening where you saw some light and some shadows, you see a big opening with just a curtain hanging. And you can hear some sounds over there. You can hear, some feet shuffling. You think you hear some crashing of plates and stuff. And you feel the counter shift a little bit.
I don't want to alarm anyone,
that?
but the world is shaking.
I also hear that often.
Maybe.
All right. Stick close. I'll keep an eye on you.
Brett waves his stick around.
As you wave your stick around, it taps onto a kind of elevated tray. It almost looks like it's on like a pedestal. And you look up and you see a massive 3-tiered, bright, colorful cake tipping and wobbling and leaning back and forth. And as you tap it, it speeds up more and more, and that top tier starts to fall over the edge.
Richard's gonna
Run for it.
go ahead and shove Brett out of the way. He's got a little hero complex right now, so he's gonna attempt to shove him to safety.
All right. What attribute are you using?
Let's see here.
Or what adjective?
You know, I'm gonna go with rowdy. It's positive. He's willing to help others. He's excitable for it. So let's do the positive this time.
He's always making sure someone else gets there first.
Yeah. A 2 and a 19.
trying.
I'm glad I went the rowdy way instead of the overconfident way this time.
Yeah.
See, sometimes you gotta take it back.
With your 19, very successful, absolutely crushed it. You are able to hit Brett. He goes flying, smacks into the back counter, slides down. But he's out of the way as the top tier of this cake falls down and starts rolling straight towards Gwen and Richard. Picking up speed, picking up speed, picking up speed as you see a line of fluorescent frosting behind it being left on the counter.
I think Richard's gonna take that spoon, like hunker down, and just tell Gwen to stay behind him.
That's
He's
perfect.
gonna try to like split that cake.
Ah!
I can't wait to stand behind you, Richard. You'll cover me easily.
With mine, can I use my small positive bonus to make sure that the cake doesn't crush me?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are going to do your rolls for yourselves.
So Richard's gonna use Nutty because his crazy idea. He's gonna try to split this cake in half and have it kind of go by him in a really cool fashion. So he rolls.
And I just want to make sure I'm out of the splash zone.
He rolls a 2 and a 10, so take the 10.
Okay, and then what about you, Gwen?
I got 15s all around, so just 15.
All right, so unfortunately, the DC on this was 12 for your Indiana Jones cake that is rolling straight towards you. So, Richard, you hunker down, you hold that spoon, you kind of twist your foot the cool movie positioning style, and it hits the spoon, and the spoon hits you in your stomach, and unfortunately, I think you're going to have to take -1 more energy as the spoon goes into your stomach and through the other side. But Gwen, being so small, and you told her to hunker down, is crouched so low. The spoon handle goes through you just over her head, but doesn't hit her. And although you didn't split the cake and look super cool, you did stop the cake.
He's gonna stand up with that spoon sticking through
Like a
him
bicycler stops a truck.
and be like, "Told you I got it," and he'll pull it out.
And then put it back in.
And then,
I was like, I almost said like the frosting off of it, but you know, I tried to refrain.
hey, Brett pulls himself all the way. Richard, you got a little vanilla cream there on the end of your stick.
Yeah, I get messy sometimes. It's okay.
Hey, Matt, odd or even?
Odd.
As you stand up and look over at Richard, I rolled a d20. It's even. The cake that he stopped still
Yep.
had momentum.
Yep.
He stopped the rolling momentum, and it is now teetering and about to crush you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna, crap.
You're going to take a poop right now? An adorable little brownie? You're going to drop a little brownie?
A little chocolate chip.
I'm gonna run, and well, he's really strong, but he's quite messy. So honestly, I think he's just gonna go full Hulk on this thing and just run up to the edge and just haphazardly, full bull in a china shop, trying to push it back the other direction.
And which adjective are you using?
Strong and messy, which which is just he just does stuff boldly and it's a negative.
Okay.
That's a 13.
All right. With a 13, you beat the DC of 12. You are able to slide the plate, and what happens to the cake?
I'm going to say it tilts back, but it's still rocking back and forth. It's settling, but it's not stopped.
Ooh, Chaos Goblin. All
I
right.
just barely beat the DC, so...
That means it's still teetering, almost about to roll again, because as you pulled your wooden spoon out of your own body, Richard, that cake, you had to stop holding it with the spoon. It's teetering now.
Run!
So what are Richard and Gwen
I
doing?
think Richard has back to the cake because he stopped it and he was talking to her like it's no big deal. So his back is currently to the cake. In my mind.
Her eyes are just getting bigger and bigger. Run, 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 run. And then she's just like backpedaling, like slowly at first, and then like running backwards, and then turns.
Yeah, Richard's like, all right, run, we're running, and he's just gonna follow, kind of like a golden retriever at this point. Yeah.
All right. So let's have
This
you
way.
guys.
Not that way!
I need each of you to give me a number between 1 and 10.
6.
7.
This isn't Price is Right. You don't have to just go up by 1.
No.
$1.
But because your combined numbers were over 10,
Oh.
I rolled a d20. If it would have been under 10, it would have gone towards you guys. But because it rolled over 10, see, I did odd and even, but I tried to have 2 people. It teeters, and then falls on the counter and is stable. Away from Brett, didn't roll towards you guys. You're just running down the counter.
Hey, you guys! Come back!
Catch up.
I'm not a tomato!
All right, so Brett's yelling at you guys. You have traveled quite a bit of distance on this counter, and you can see that there are different types of containers, clear plastic containers, clear jars with lids with different types of sprinkles and powders and licorice and pretzels and candies.
Richard, I don't feel safe here. Look at all the sweet things in those jars. And they're not moving. Are they dead?
I mean, it looks like what some of the other pastries around here are decorated with. It's like pieces of us.
Body parts?
Maybe they're
Exactly,
just not
have bodies.
alive yet.
Are we abominations?
I'm not a snowman.
Existential crisis over here. I want to
She is
shake
fragile.
her. Actually, that's. Rich is gonna shake her. Get yourself together. We need to get out of here.
Hit her!
She's delicate, so let's see how strong that shake was.
Opposing strength check.
Your strength versus her constitution.
Oh,
Okay.
come on. Roll something. Roll something.
Yeah, dude, just roll a contest at 20s. That'd be great.
Oh, I rolled a 19.
Oh, almost
I
beat it.
think.
No, she rolled a 3 though. That's a.
No, I got a 3.
So it's gonna. What happens when I shake her?
Powdered sugar is flying everywhere. Oh, no. I don't like this shaking method. Make it stop, which I bet you hear a lot.
If you shake it more than 3 times, you're just playing with it, Richard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't know my own strength. Sorry, I put her down. Hurry up and catch up, Brent. We gotta get out of here.
We're going the wrong way. Fine, whatever. I'll catch up. Brett trots on over with the stick he had in his hand.
All right. What's our exit plan here?
Well, there's a door probably about 40 Richards away. And then there's that fancy curtain thing. And it sounds like a weird, jumbled gibberish coming from the other side. We could go over there and see if someone smart knows what to do, but that's a lot of Richards away.
What about this door that's just near us? I mean,
Yeah, let's go for the closest.
first exit, and then we can always bail the other way. Plus shiny. Look at the shiny over there. Ooh, shiny.
Gwen's gonna fold her arms. I thought it was a good idea, and kind of like kick her feet and shuffle back and forth.
Oh,
Brett's gonna pick her up. It is a good idea. Come on, go for a piggyback ride and just sticks her to the side of him.
Oh, gross. Did she consent to this?
Nope.
Oh, that's what you're concerned about?
I imagine you're one of those brownies that has way too much frosting on it where it doesn't even
Yep.
taste like a brownie anymore.
Nope. Buttercream. The big white thick buttercream layer on the front.
Gross. All right,
All
so
right, let's go.
Where are you guys
Start
going?
heading that direction.
All right,
Door to the south.
you continue to walk to the edge of the counter, and it's at least 2 or 3 Richards away, where there's this kind of metal knobby thing high up on this really kind of ornate but oval-shaped door, or arched door. It's made out of a dark wood, and it's a long way down to the floor.
Well, there was some candy back that way. Take some of that red ropey stuff and
Ooh,
try to make a rope.
I like it.
All right.
I guess we could try to make a rope. We could just go to the curtain, but nobody wants to listen to Gwen.
Gwen, we will need a rope to get down the table, so either way, we'll get to the door, or we'll go down the table and go across the room and get out.
Richard will go ahead and he'll go back and
Fine.
reach up on the shelf and pull that container. I don't know how heavy it is, but he's confident he can lift it.
Gotta find out.
It's one of those like glass jars that has the kind of fancy wooden lids on top, so you're able to boop, pop the top off of it and reach in and grab as many pieces of licorice as you choose.
I envision this on the shelf. I'd have to take it off a shelf. So if we don't have to do that, great. Yeah, he'll pull out handfuls. I'll just be throwing it out on the table.
Mhm.
I think he's gonna try to make a rope. He's very confident in his rope making abilities, as my characters have been throughout our session. So I think it's fitting that I tie some knots.
All right. So you're gonna tie some licorice knots.
Yep.
Gwen would like to use her sophistication to help
All right.
make sure that these knots are done correctly.
There's so many knots. I think both of you can roll.
Brett was gonna help, but
Yeah.
Matt is glad Gwen did.
All right. Well, Richard rolls a 2 and a 19, and because he's overconfident, he has to take that 2.
All right.
We're all gonna die.
And Gwen rolled an 8 and a 5, but it's going to be the 8.
So she's like, yeah, exactly, Richard. The rabbit goes around the tree and then he runs away and he doesn't go in the hole.
Luckily, the DC was 8. So
Oh,
I would say, because you're also describing that you're giving him instruction, I will say over half the knots are good. But when he gets
probably just the
overconfident
bottom half.
and just starts kind of doing his own thing, there's a good 30% of the knots that are not so stable.
Nope.
What do you think, Brett? Look good? You ready
Yep.
for it?
Solid plan. All right.
I think
Yep.
I should go down first because I'm smallest, so I would have less chance of the rope breaking.
Well, I was gonna try to lasso that doorknob, but
We
we
could
go
tether.
down. Maybe
She
we
she
get
can hold
under.
the rope, and we could toss her across, and she could grab onto.
That's what I was thinking.
All right.
Nobody likes Gwen's ideas yet again.
But
You have
fine.
rope.
We'll
be
go
safe.
with the throw Gwen into the abyss plan.
Good. We're all on board.
I didn't expect banana macaroons to be so bitter.
So
a
Richard
rotten
walks over
banana.
and he goes, "Wait, I've got an idea." And he takes a big scoop of his own frosting and sticks it to the back of her. Now you're sticky.
I feel wrong.
Blech.
Buttercream goes with everything.
You've essentially like given yourself a haircut made a wig out of your hair and plastered it on Gwen against her will.
No, I used
No, against her
my
back.
denture cream to make you stick to it.
That's not better. But fine,
Same.
fine. All right.
Same.
Fill me up with the sticky stuff and then
Okay.
just throw me wherever
Hold
you
on
want.
to the rope. All right, Brett, you want, or Richard, you want to help me throw her?
Oh, I'm getting double teamed now.
How about I hold on this end of the rope so it doesn't slip, and you give her a good old
Okay,
toss.
All right, fair enough. So, Richard is strong. I'm not Richard. God, Lord.
Rich.
You're not
Brett
Richard.
is strong. I've got Richard on the mind.
Tell us more.
Tell me more.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Brett's gonna try to toss Gwen into the just above the doorknob and get her to stick to the door so she can tie the rope.
Now, I would think that this would be kind of messy with how you secured
Yep.
Gwen to that rope.
Yep. We can
But she
make it a
is
flat
very
roll.
small,
Yeah.
so that's one of your positive adjectives, right, Gwen?
Gwen is small, yes, but she is also delicate, so...
Okay. I was trying to find a way to
Yeah,
have him
okay.
gain a dice back, but
Yeah,
We're gonna
I think it's a
shatter
flat
this poor
roll.
cookie.
I mean, is this frosting like more fortifying frosting? Is it like armor?
It's
Because maybe that'll
it's
protect
that
her
very thick,
delicatness.
real buttercream. It's sticky. I can hold on to stuff without hands with this stuff. It's gonna hold you together.
Okay, I would say it's more like armor then. So she's small and armored, and for once in her life, she's not terrified of flying through the air.
all right, this is going to be medium difficulty. I'm going to set the DC at 12, but because of the attributes you've described, you do have 2 D20s, and you can take the higher of the two.
All right. 1 for the money, 2 for the... And he throws her.
What? There's more that comes after that sentence.
That's 14 and a 12.
Nice! She flies through the air and lands on that doorknob.
Nailed it.
Wowsies. It's really high up. That's a lot of Richards. I've never seen so many Richards at once.
This is a bachelorette party.
Okay. So she's now calling over from the doorknob. So I tie the rope. This thing doesn't feel very stable. It feels like it could twist.
Tie it around the not twisty part. I don't know. I'm like 6 minutes old.
It's been a harrowing 6 minutes.
And you're using denture cream.
6 minutes clean.
Wow. So what are you doing, Gwen?
Gwen is gonna try to tie the rope around the doorknob, and because again she's sophisticated, she has an understanding that she thinks of how the world should work, and so she wants to try and like twist it as she's tying it to see if anything happens.
And this is kind of one of those elongated handles, not like a round doorknob. And as you walk down to the other side to kind of throw it over, there you go. Thank you, architect. It's a lever handle, not a round doorknob. As you walk down the lever of this handle, it drops a little bit.
Oh
And then it
Oh no!
and then it stops.
Oh God! Thank you.
And even as you're walking, jumping, wrapping the rope, it doesn't ever seem to twist or turn any lower than that stopping point. As if it were locked.
Okay, I've got the rope secured, but I don't know how you guys are going to get over here. And this little thing doesn't move too much, but if I jump up and down really hard, it moves a little bit, but it doesn't think it's going to budge.
All right. On to the next opening.
All right.
To the curtain?
And he's gonna grab onto Brett, and he's gonna hold onto that rope, and he's gonna slide all the way down to the ground, holding onto that rope. And Brett,
Tarzan it,
let's
buddy.
do it.
Nice.
So it's gonna be crazy.
Roll a d10 for me, please. And if it is 3 or lower, the 30% of poor knots will happen.
All right. It's a 1.
All right, my man. I'm going to say that both of you suffer -1 energy, but I would love for you to describe this glorious, amazing action stunt.
Oh yeah, he's like, we gotta get out of here. We gotta keep moving. She says that door's not working. He's like, we gotta. Yeah, let's get to the ground. So he's gonna just wrap his arm around Brett, one hand on the rope, and he's just gonna kind of jump and swing and just slide. And I guess as he hits one of those knots, it just kind of gives. It wasn't tied well enough for his hand to slip through, and he ends up kind of undoing it on his way down. Yeah. But he's gonna scream righteous as he's falling.
Gravity, it's the law. And Brett's gonna try to rotate so that Richard's on the bottom.
I was going to say, do you land frosting side up?
They're just stuck together. This is nothing but intermingling frosting all over the place now.
Be a sickening splat.
Yes, you both fall with a sickening splat as you hit the tiled floor.
Made it.
But you both suffer -1 to your energy.
Fair enough.
All right, what about you, Gwen?
I don't really want to jump, but I feel like I have to jump.
How much rope is left? Could you get down any lower?
It was
How much
a nat
rope do you think
1.
would have gone?
I don't think he made it past like the first knot.
Let's see what percentage of rope. We'll roll a d10, and that's the percentage of rope that's left. 2. It's 20% of rope left.
Dan, stop rolling dice.
That takes at least 2 Richards out of the equation.
2 of the 15. Okay.
Yeah. Slide to the bottom, and we'll catch you.
Yep.
You got this.
Okay. I am small. I am crisp. I can do this.
And she is going to slide to the end of the Twizzler rope. And then
Jesus, take
and let go.
Brett's gonna
All right.
slide underneath and just hope that his frosting helps a little. He's gonna try to catch her, but because he's, whatever.
All right, so what skills are you using with your Desi?
She's delicate. I have to do that, which is a negative of how horrible this is going to be for her. So
All right, let's find out.
we get a 9 and a 12, so a 9.
All right, unfortunately the DC was 10,
That's fair.
but you almost make it to the bottom on the rope, and then you look up and you see how you had secured it to the lever handle was one of Richard's knots. And it held this far because you're so lightweight. And it gives, and you fall at least 2 Richards. Straight into Brett, but you do take -1 energy.
I didn't like that at all.
Richard here, or Big Richard as Gwenny likes to call me. Just taking a quick break while Brett reapplies his frosting to remind you to leave the show a rating and review. You can even let us know your favorite dessert in review. I mean, we all know it's donuts. A fresh, warm donut that just melts in your mouth? Who doesn't love that? Alright, back to the escape.
And you are all a frosting sandwich stuck together on the ground at this point.
Brett just stands up and acts like nothing's going on. Just her stuck to the side. Whatever. Keep going.
Richard's gonna stand up and lay on the wall and say, I'm not feeling so good right now, guys, but the sooner we get out of here, the better.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You do look a little limp over there, Richard.
Is it cold?
Should we head to the curtain now? I think the curtain would be a good idea.
Hey,
Alright.
wait a second. Hey, And Brett picks up one of those red vines that hit the floor and hands it to Richard and says, "Eat this."
Cannibalism.
It's not really my.
Just
I prefer something
eat it.
creamy.
Eat it.
No, I'll pass.
Really, Brett? It's been 7 minutes and you're already resorting to this? And she's going to unstick herself from his frosting and start marching away, just shaking it off as she goes.
And you notice there's like a little piece of paper kind of stuck in Brett that kind of got revealed by the frosting coming off. And it looks like it's a manufacturer label, maybe from like the bag of flour, and it says Donner on it. It was worth the setup on that one, guys.
Donner brand brownies. Good
All right, so you guys are
stuff.
on the floor in the kitchen.
Eat it.
Making our way to the
Yeah.
curtain.
And you hear a bell through that big opening in the opposite wall. And then you hear a lot of hustle and bustle.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that can't be good. Or could it?
It could be really good. What if there's friends over there and they could tell us how to be better Desies or something?
No, there could
I
be
don't
more
know.
of us. You're right. I like it.
Hey, how could we be any better? I mean, ask Richard. He couldn't be any better than himself, could he?
Richard, I'm concerned about Brett's sanity. I think he may have a few nuts loose. Yours are pretty secure still, but
I'm nut free.
well, if no one stops her, Gwen's going to keep going towards the curtain.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's,
All right,
Either
so
way.
the curtain is the blue door to your left.
Does it go all the way to the ground, or is it just like a window with a curtain?
It is just an archway that has a curtain hanging in it. And you being so small, you don't even need to move the curtain out of the way. You could just walk straight on through and you can get a good old look about what's on the other side. What do? Do you like lean under and look out? Do you just go on through, saunter on through?
Oh, she saunters on through. We're sophisticated. I have my entourage. We are coming through hot. We've arrived to the party.
All right. You step through that curtain and you see you thought the kitchen was huge. This is at least 3 times the size of the kitchen. You see this massive solid wood countertop kind of in a U shape wrapped around to your right. There's that big opening that you had seen from the kitchen. It's just a hole in the wall with like a ledge on it. You see a couple people standing around this kind of wooden counter. And to your left, you see this really big pond with a lawn chair and a fishing pole and a bunch of really brightly colored fish with like a gold coin above their head swimming. You see across from you some bookshelves, and there's a bunch of like little potted plants, and some of them have what look like little diamonds or gems growing on them, and then some of them have like red words just flashing above them saying out of fertilizer, out of fertilizer, out of fertilizer. And then above the bookshelves, you do see there's some windows way up high, and you can't quite see around that big countertop to see the rest of the Cozy Critters Cafe, but you do see a big old flock of cozy critters rushing up and making a orderly line at the counter.
Guys, I think I've found God.
That's it.
I mean, Richard's just gonna throw the curtain open. He's not concerned about anything here, so he's just gonna throw it wide open and say, "What's going on this side?" Nice and loud.
And Gwen's going to point. She's like, look, gods. A lot of gods.
God. There's a lot of pretty stuff in this room, that's for sure.
Yeah.
None of them look like us, though.
Those fish are pretty small and they have gold coins. Do you think we need gold coins?
I don't see why not.
All those.
Do you want a gold coin?
I do want a gold
Do
coin.
you want me to get you a gold coin?
I would love that.
I'll get you a gold coin. So yeah, Richard's gonna head that direction. Where's Brett? Is he following us? Is he just hanging out in the other
Brett's
room?
right behind you, and he's trying to be a little sly. And by being sly, he's just rubbing frosting across the door jamb going out.
Messy.
Trail of destruction and frosting the whole way across the kitchen.
Messy is one of my adjectives.
Well, and what's wild is that he is just as frosted as he was when he started. Somehow the layer of frosting is so thick it doesn't seem to have been impacted by any of the carnage.
That's what I'm known for, my thick frosting.
All right, so Richard, you're heading over to the pond.
Yeah?
All right. You see there's some fish swimming around. They are all like neon fluorescent bright colors, and there's a lawn chair with a fishing pole and these little gold coin symbols above the fish.
He's gonna look over at Gwenny and say, I think that chair and stick are important over here.
Maybe, but there's no way I could
What should I do?
climb into it. I think we're just gonna have to jump in there and try to wrangle a fish.
All right.
Brett's on
Let's
this.
do it.
Get some.
Donuts
Brett, full
float, right?
tilt. Oh,
Yeah, they
crap.
probably do.
No.
Yeah. I think he's gonna go up to the edge. He thinks this is a wonderful idea, and he's gonna jump in there and try to grab a fish. Just like stand on the edge really quietly, calmly for a minute. Wait till they get near and kind of spring wildly into action.
All right.
Brett's right behind him, but
Boisterous.
he's full doing the full like run off the edge, and he's gonna spin himself, like try to chuck himself horizontally and skip like a rock to a fish.
Okay. What adjectives are you using for these roles?
Well, he is very strong, but he is also very heavy, therefore he doesn't float or swim very well.
All right, straight roll for you.
And I guess excuse me, Richard's gonna go with boisterous, but it's also crazy, so we'll go straight roll. Positive and a
Nice.
negative. Just a
All right, guys. So this one I'm going to say is... I'll make this one easy. DC of 8.
That seems unobtainable currently, but we'll see what happens. Who's rolling first?
I rolled.
Nice.
Richard got a 16.
Awesome.
That would be a, mighty 6. As expected.
Richard, you are able to fly out across the pond, land on a fish, and as soon as you touch it, ba-ding, the coin disappears, and you see a little, like, weird floaty screen that just is in your view that says gold coins, and it just went from 0 to 1. Brett, on the other hand, you go to launch yourself, and you don't hit a fish, you just sink.
Uh-oh.
So what are you doing now, Brett?
How
Yeah, that's probably the problem. He does
About
have his
4
stick.
Richards deep.
Oh, God.
We're gonna need that
I only
fishing
got a
pole.
2 Richard stick. Well, I have difficulty swimming, but I do have my stick. I'm going to use it like a paddle to try to get back out to the edge.
All right, make your roll.
I think that's probably a flat roll. Or is that a negative roll?
Well, what adjective are you using to accomplish this?
He described himself as heavy and can't swim. So I'm gonna say
Yeah.
negative.
Yep, heavy.
That would be, that sounds like a negative.
Yeah, it's a negative. Fair enough. That's actually a 10 and a 13. So 10.
All right. You are terrified. You are underwater,
Yep.
but you are able to use this stick to kind of, you haven't really absorbed a lot of the water yet. You're so dense, you're not absorbing the water, and you're able to use this stick almost like a pogo stick and boing, 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 your way out of the pond onto the edge.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Richard's gonna go ahead and float his way to the side and say, I got a coin. And he's gonna kind of swat at it. It's like it's over here, and he's just gonna kind of follow it in his vision in circles as he's
Like a
you see it? I see
sunspot.
it. Yeah.
And as you turn, that little information pane continues to turn as well.
Yeah.
So you are never able to actually reach it.
Yeah, he's just.
Look like there's a gnat chasing you.
I believe you, Richard. Okay, I think we've had enough fun in the water. Maybe we should ask one of the gods what we do next.
Oh, you have the prettiest voice. You should talk to them.
She's just gonna start looking up at one of the closest gods at the end of the counter, and kind of just stare wide-eyed up at it. And I'm assuming they won't be able to understand us, but just imagine a nice soliloquy of introductions, and these are my manservants, Richard and Brett, and we are on a grand adventure, and we need your help. Please bless us in our journey.
Just sounds like sugar being poured into a bowl.
As you try to talk to them, you see that they're all in like a perfect line. Different sorts of woodland creatures standing on 2 feet, and they're all wearing kind of, green and brown clothes, sweaters, dresses, all sorts of different things. And above their head is like these little white circles followed by a bigger white circle that looks kind of like a cloud, and it has a dessert in that cloud. And as they talk to the person over the counter, which just sounds like gibberish, the person at the counter walks to that opening, grabs the same thing that their little thought bubble has, hands it to them. They nod. You see a little coin pop up above their head, and then they immediately back up and walk out the door on the opposite side of the space. The line moves up by 1, and thought bubble appears, and the same interaction happens. But they do not seem to notice you.
What was in the thought bubble of the one that just left?
Let's have someone roll a d20 and tell me what dessert they roll from the character creation.
I got you. That is a 5.
It's a cupcake.
What'd you call me?
All right, so the first thought bubble was a cupcake. They got a cupcake, they walked out. Far across this space, you see another big arched opening, and it has kind of 2 wooden doors, but there's a lot of horizontal lines on them. I would say they're like saloon doors. There's a big gap at the bottom, a big gap at the top, and a large arched opening.
I don't think these are friendly gods.
And Gwen is going to start backing her way up to the bookshelf, and she's going to try to hide and stealthily sneak along the bottom of it towards that opening.
Sounds good. Make your roll. What attribute or what adjective are you using?
We're going to go with small, so it'll be positive. That is a 6 and an 18, so an 18.
Crushed it. I would actually say with an 18, Richard and Brett heard you say that they weren't friendly, and then you're gone. Poof.
Richard's gonna be pointing at one of the creatures up there and say, "Hey, Gwenny, that one, it kind of looks like you in it." And he's gonna look around, Gwenny? Gwenny, where are you?
Did they eat her?
She's nowhere to be seen.
Well,
Brett, I
Told
think
you.
something happened to Gwenny.
yeah. Hold on. Yeah, water. Maybe she's on the other side of the counter. Let's go around.
Wherever you want. She's small and alone. We gotta find her.
Yeah, Brett's gonna go around the front of the counter to see the bottom of these people he hasn't really seen yet, and look for Gwen.
And as you get closer to that corner, she's just going to go, psst.
Brett, I'm over here.
God, this is Margaret. What?
And you just see this little yellow cookie kind of like frantically waving her arms from underneath the lip of the bookshelf.
Nice. She's all right.
I think Richard will be running across straight towards her very loudly. Oh, thank God you're fine. Completely oblivious to the silence.
No one seems to notice you. They really seem to just have these little thought bubbles, this little interaction, this little exchange. But as you both make it to the bookshelf to where Gwen is hiding, you hear an alarm sound. And then you hear, "Sweet Tooth Sugar Rush." And the music changes. It gets fast paced and everyone starts getting frantic. And you see a bunch of like red squiggly things coming up above their head and they're starting to elbow each other. And you see the people that are behind the counter. There was one that was handing things across. The other one starts to grab things off that kind of opening between the cafe and the kitchen, and they start to run around the counter and head out to the front spot, which has tables, and everyone's getting boisterous. There's footsteps all around you, and as they run around this corner, they bump into someone, and the coffee cup on their tray gets tilted, and molten hot coffee comes streaming over the edge of it before they catch the cup. It's really a small amount, but to you guys, being tiny treats, lava flow straight at you. Brett, Richard, what are you doing? Go.
He's just gonna bolt for under the people. He's not a smart man.
What
Brownie.
adjectives are you using?
I'm looking. Honestly, he's just gonna do something messy. He's just gonna run frantically.
All right.
So.
What about you, Richard?
Oh, Richard's gonna grab onto Gwenny and say, "We gotta get out of here. This place is crazy." And he's gonna grab her and just try to run along the front side of that bookcase towards the oven, trying to get away from this whole area of activity that is now just erupted around them.
All right, what adjectives are you using?
So it'll be rowdy.
All right, let's have Brett make his roll first for being messy and just running through the people's feet, the critters' feet.
That's 11 and 6.
Okay, is messy a positive or a negative?
Negative.
Okay, so what did you roll, Brett?
6.
Make him say it again.
All right. Yep. And what about you, Richard?
Richard rolls a 1 and an 18, but that's an 18. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, seriously, you're bringing Gwen along.
All right. So I was making this one a medium DC. This is a DC of 14. So, Richard, you're able to grab Gwen and run along the bottom of that bookshelf. You make it all the way past the line of people to the far side. All you can see is a room with some tables and that one waitress kind of going from one to the next as people have all these as the critters all have these red squiggly lines going about around their thought bubbles. But, Brett, you were so messy and hasty that you started to run. You started to go. You thought you made it around most of the people. You bumped into one of them. That person you bumped into made you spin. They got some frosting on their furry little foot, a little fox. And then you spun. You hit the foot of the waitress. She trips, and the coffee cup again tilts and spills, and a little bit pours on you and melts some of your frosting off. So you're going to take -1 energy.
I'm melting. I'm melting.
The waitress starts to run out, and we've got Gwen and Richard at the end of the bookshelf, and we have Brett almost past the line of people, and then you hear a bell. A little bell. Like a kitty cat bell. But it's not a kitty cat. Richard and Gwen, you get a good view of this. This is a large, bright pink grasshopper with a collar and a little cupcake tag on it that says Hopper. And it lifts its little head up and sniffs, jumps, boom. Lifts its head up, sniffs, boom. And is headed straight towards you.
Gwen is going to cower behind
Right.
Richard.
Well, he's gonna say, "They're kidnapping us. Every one of these creatures is taking something that looks like one of us. We gotta get out here." And he's gonna jump in front of this creature, and he's gonna squeeze himself in that hole in the middle of him. He's gonna spray his cream filling straight into the grasshopper's face.
Well, there there you have it, folks.
You can
It
do
was
that.
nice being on the air with everybody, but this will probably be our last episode, so thank you. Thank you for your time and patronage.
So that's I'm gonna just go with I guess nutty on that one.
Literally.
Really? That's what you
Yeah.
go with.
That's what you're going for.
It's a 10 and a 6, so there's a 10.
Unfortunately, that would have been a much higher DC. That would have been an 18.
To cream on the grasshopper, yes.
I'm spent. I'm out. That didn't work.
Yep. Brett was already running full tilt, and he's gonna use his 2 attributes at the same time. Sticky and strong, and he's gonna throw himself on the face of this thing and just try to blind it.
Go for it. So yeah, you just have advantage. You don't get like double or triple
Double
advantage, but
advantage.
2 d20s and you take the higher.
Yeah, he's grabbing it by the ears and just trying to stick to it and get frosting everywhere.
But I will say, getting creamed in the eye has lowered the DC.
Well, that's an 18, and a 2, so 18.
All right, with that 18, you are able to sacrifice yourself. Get stuck on the grasshopper's face. It cries out and starts stomping and thrashing. All right, Gwen, what are you doing?
We shouldn't let Brett's sacrifice be in vain, and she is going to grab the now flaccid Richard and start running towards the door.
Fully flaccid, Richard.
Word of the day.
All right,
Flaccid.
what adjective are you using?
Flaccid.
Let's just say it 9 more times. That would be great for editing. Thanks.
We're going to do sophisticated, because this is a great idea that is absolutely going to work for her.
Okay, and do you have any negative adjectives that would be in play in this maneuver as well?
I mean, she is delicate.
Menu.
That is just a constant negative.
All right, so
It always comes.
So I think it's going to be just a straight roll, but running past a distracted grasshopper with a massive frosting-covered, drug-addicted brownie stuck to its face is not a hard thing to do. So I'm going to
You're
say that this is an
implying
easy DC.
Harrowing. He's doing a harrowing thing right now.
All right, I'm rolling that d20. 14.
All right. With the 14, you are able to grab the limp Richard and force him to run along with you, and you are able to make it past the bucking bronco grasshopper, and you make it right to the edge of the door. But before you step through, Brett, you start to slide and fall off Hopper's face. What are you doing now?
I'm gonna try to use the momentum to fling myself across the room a little bit further closer to the door.
So it's like shaking its head, and you're just gonna fling across.
I'm gonna try to let go at the right time.
All right, what adjective are you using?
I really don't have an adjective for this. I think this is just a flat roll.
All right, 1d20.
That's a 17.
Nice. Crushed it. You are able to time it perfectly. And as you, almost like a Olympic gymnast, you actually time it to spread extra frosting as you disembark, keeping its eyes covered. So you are able to you're able to launch and fly off of Hopper the grasshopper as it starts to take its little legs and try and
I can see
frosting
my
up
house
its
from
eyes.
here.
You land right next to Gwen and Richard as you all are able to scamper under the door, out into the forest. You have escaped the Cozy Critter Cafe.
Yay!
You Desies have survived!
For now, until a crow swoops down and eats us.
I did think the only end result of this game after escaping was dark, so I was just going to end it here.
Hey,
survived.
We get
Richard's
caught in a
gonna-
street sweeper.
Richard's gonna look at Gwenny and say, "You don't look so delicate to me."
And you, sir, absolutely have a cream-filled center.
Well, thank you guys. This ends our session today.
Does it ever?
Did you have fun playing Dessert Escape?
That was wild.
Pretty wild.
I think Dan's character made it for me. Oh,
Wow.
we'll have to see how much it has to be cut for censoring. But it was a good time.
There might be some bleeping. Might have to
We'll have
release
to see.
a like public safe version and then a Patreon paid wall version.
We'll see. But I thought it was kind of fun to play a game system that actually did not have any combat. Just simple, ordinary tasks were insurmountable for you guys. So it was really fun to see how you guys, what adjectives you tried to come up with, because unlike a lot of other games that have defined skills that you just pick a score for, you guys picked your own adjectives. So some of you chose things that were physical traits, and some of you chose things that were not so physical and more think related traits. And so that was kind of fun to see how you approached things and found a creative way to use the adjectives, or just go with it.
I picked my adjectives by
roll.
Googling what is a macaroon? Macaron. Who cares?
Who cares?
And they said they were a delicate, small, crispy treat that is usually reserved for sophisticated occasions. So
There
I
you
just
go.
like how every time Jackie'd be like, "What adjective are you using?" And then you're like, "Oh well, but also delicate." Like it just, you couldn't get around it. Everything.
No.
why did I do that to
Involved.
myself?
You're just a crumbly little cookie.
I thought we were going to carry like half of you out of there. Like I didn't think you were going to make it
I should have gone with
when everything
dainty
was delicate.
instead of delicate. Like
I like it.
my
Kinda
my
fun.
girlish senses would be naturally overcome by any kind of terror, instead of like, I will shatter if someone looks at me funny.
Yeah.
What did you think, Matt?
It was good. It was fun. I had fun making the little character and, being what would a brownie be? It's not going to be simple and careful, especially covered in frosting.
Well, and I will admit the
He's a Dutch brownie.
I will admit the wobbly cake was actually my daughter's idea.
Oh.
So I had asked her to help me make the map and some of the ideas, and she described a wobbly cake, and so I took that and ran with it, made it an Indiana Jones style wobbly cake.
Nice.
Nice.
Tried to kill her dad.
Wibbly wobbly,
Yeah.
timey-wimey.
Yep. But on that note,
We hope you can find yourself a kitchen.
Or a bowl.
And some ingredients.
so you can sprinkle into your own NatFun.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Don't eat me.
And before we end this episode, I do want to give one last shout out to Forever Muffin for creating a really fun, lighthearted game. It was a great system that was very simple to run with simple advantage and disadvantage, and I loved that the character creation was just picking adjectives for your dessert. It wasn't necessarily using predetermined skills and values based on those, so it enabled everyone to be really creative and led to some hilarious hijinks throughout the episode. I hope you enjoyed it too. And if you want to play Dessert Escape for yourself, you can. It's available at forevermuffin.itch.io/Dessert Escape. And we've got a link in the show notes too. And one last thing. We are going to continue our break from our longer adventure format with a fun shot next week. We're going to be playing Bandageless, which is a Egyptian mummy-themed escape from a museum game based on the Breathless game system. And if you're excited to hear about it, check this out.
Why'd you drop that on my foot?
Hey, you've been a pharaoh for quite a long time. You should have been able to move out of the way. It's just the book.
Somebody used to just move me out of the way, but being pharaoh, fine. I was an athlete. I should be more nimble. So, this book looks pretty cool. I don't know if I have this one in my library. Book of the...
Book of the Damned.
Man, you're a good reader.
Yeah, I mean, it's all pictures, so get with it.
Well, it's hieroglyphics. Of course it's all pictures. What is that? Servants?
It sounds like they're coming this way. We better get out of here.
Go down the hall. Let's see if we can find a place to hide. Will our pharaohs find their fortune, or will they be just dust in the wind? Coming soon to NatFun on your favorite podcast listening network.